Bom dia, bem-vindos a todos à série de webinários Study in Germany. O meu nome é Nadine e eu trabalho para o Escritório Regional do Serviço Alemão de Intercâmbio Acadêmico, o DAAD, em Botafogo. E eu gostaria de falar um pouquinho sobre as oportunidades de estudar e pesquisar na Alemanha para brasileiros. Primeiramente, para quem de vocês ainda não conhece o DAAD, como eu falei, somos o Serviço Alemão de Intercâmbio Acadêmico. Aqui no Brasil já estamos há mais de 40 anos, estamos aqui com o escritório regional no Rio de Janeiro e com o Centro de Informações em São Paulo. Talvez alguns de vocês já ouviram falar que o DAAD dá bolsas para estudantes e pesquisadores, mas nós também apoiamos muito a cooperação universitária e fomentamos projetos bilaterais de pesquisa. Além disso, apoiamos professores visitantes em universidades brasileiras e, sobretudo, passamos informações sobre estudo e pesquisa na Alemanha. Nós vemos como o primeiro ponto de contato para quem deseja passar um tempo na Alemanha para estudar ou pesquisar numa faculdade alemã. Se vocês estão procurando mais informações sobre o DAAD, vocês podem visitar o nosso website, curtir o nosso site no Facebook ou seguir o nosso newsletter, que sai uma vez por mês com muitas informações sobre oportunidades na Alemanha. Hoje eu gostaria de falar um pouquinho sobre o ensino superior na Alemanha, quais são as diferenças entre as instituições alemãs e as instituições brasileiras, os títulos acadêmicos, e depois sobre as oportunidades de como se faz para chegar lá na Alemanha. Então, tem praticamente 3 tipos de instituições. Tem a Universität, que é a universidade mais tradicional, que foca no estudo científico, acadêmico e mais teórico. Tem a Fachhochschule, que eu diria que é uma faculdade de ciências aplicadas, que foca mais no estudo com orientação prática ou aplicada, especialmente interessante para quem, por exemplo, faz cursos de engenharia, tem muitas oportunidades nessas Fachhochschulen. E tem as Kunstfilm- und Musikhochschulen. Para quem de vocês fala alemão, são as faculdades de arte, filme e música, onde são oferecidos estudos nessas áreas, maiormente, e tem um processo um pouquinho mais processo de seleção um pouquinho mais extensivo. Muitas vezes eles, por exemplo, pedem um portfólio na hora da candidatura. Os títulos acadêmicos podem ser comparados aos títulos no Brasil. Teve uma mudança nos últimos anos, depois do processo de Bolonha. Hoje em dia, a graduação na Alemanha é o Bachelor. Normalmente são 3 a 4 anos. E depois, vocês podem seguir com o Master, que é bem parecido com o mestrado na Alemanha, com a única diferença que não necessariamente é um Master acadêmico. Também pode ser um MBA ou um programa um pouquinho mais prático. Além disso, tem o Staatsexamen, que é uma prova estadual para quem, por exemplo, faz faculdade de medicina ou de direito. E tem a Promotion, né, que é equivalente ao doutorado aqui no Brasil, que normalmente são uns 3 até 4 anos, dependendo muito da área. Esse vídeo que vocês podem ver aqui embaixo, eu recomendo para quem está querendo saber mais sobre a faculdade alemã, como que funciona, que tipo de títulos tem, né? E as oportunidades para estudar na Alemanha são diversas, né? Tem algumas oportunidades a curto prazo, como, por exemplo, o intercâmbio, que para quem está querendo passar só um tempo na Alemanha, 1 até 2 semestres, Primeira opção seria verificar se a sua faculdade brasileira tem algum convênio com a faculdade alemã, ou se não tiver, entrar em contato com a faculdade alemã para ver se eles aceitam estudantes brasileiros como free mover, né? Que você tem que ver antes como que funciona para você poder participar nos cursos, para até transferir os seus créditos para a faculdade brasileira, quando você volta. Como eu já falei, mais informações nesse caso vocês podem encontrar no site das faculdades brasileiras e alemãs. E também recomendo conversar com os coordenadores dos cursos em questão, porque muitas vezes eles já têm algum contato na Alemanha, ou alguém na Alemanha tem contato com a faculdade no Brasil, então isso facilita muito. Outra opção são cursos realmente de muito curta duração, por exemplo, um curso de alemão ou um summer school. No site do DAD temos uma lista dos summer schools que estão sendo oferecidos, alguns deles também com apoio do DAD, e o DAD especificamente oferece também um curso de alemão que se chama Winterkurs, curso de inverno, que acontece cada ano de janeiro até fevereiro, durante 4 a 6 semanas, e uma boa opção para quem já tem conhecimento de alemão, de B1, e está querendo aperfeiçoar o conhecimento do idioma. A última opção é fazer um curso completo na Alemanha, que pode ser uma graduação ou uma pós-graduação. Aí, nós sempre recomendamos 2 sites, que o StudyIn.de e o Hochschulkompass, o Higher Education Compass, para quem ainda não fala alemão. Nesses 2 sites, vocês têm uma lista bem completa de todos os cursos de graduação e pós-graduação que estão sendo oferecidos na Alemanha. E vocês também podem filtrar por vários critérios. Por exemplo, eu estou procurando uma pós-graduação na área de bioquímica, e de preferência que seja perto de Berlim. Só um exemplo, né? Aí vocês podem encontrar esses cursos. Para quem realmente está pensando em fazer uma graduação completa na Alemanha, tem várias opções. O mais fácil é para quem já fez o Abitur, né, a prova final do ensino médio da Alemanha, aqui no Brasil o IB, e essas pessoas podem se candidatar diretamente pelo site da faculdade alemã, na maioria dos casos. Em alguns casos, eu acredito que para a faculdade de medicina, por exemplo, vocês teriam que se candidatar pelo site Hochschulstadt. Para quem não tem o Abitur, não é possível estudar na Alemanha, de jeito nenhum. Tem 2 opções nesse caso. A primeira é o Studienkolleg, que é um curso preparatório de 1 ano na Alemanha. Para participar nesse curso, é importante já ter bons conhecimentos de alemão. E depois desse ano, vocês fazem uma prova final e podem se candidatar nas faculdades alemãs. Mais informações sobre o Studienkolleg vocês podem encontrar no site studienkollegs.de. E a segunda opção seria a transferência ou a graduação sanduíche, né? Aí, para fazer uma transferência das suas matérias aqui no Brasil para a Alemanha, vocês precisam estar no mínimo no 2º semestre aqui no Brasil. E aí nós recomendamos que você entre em contato com a faculdade alemã para saber se no seu caso é possível transferir as suas matérias para a Alemanha. Para a graduação sanduíche, seria também interessante verificar com o coordenador do seu curso aqui no Brasil, saber se talvez tem algum convênio entre a sua faculdade e uma faculdade alemã. E para quem está querendo fazer um mestrado, uma pós-graduação, muitas vezes vem aquela pergunta, né? Será que minha formação acadêmica é reconhecida na Alemanha? Essa informação vocês podem verificar com o International Office da Faculdade Alemã ou pelo site do ANABIM. Aí vocês podem ver se o seu curso no Brasil está sendo reconhecido na Alemanha. Né? Outro critério muito importante, claro, é o conhecimento de alemão. A maioria dos cursos na Alemanha tem como idioma principal o alemão, com a exceção de uns cursos internacionais e cursos de pós-graduação, sobretudo cursos de MBA ou cursos na área de exatas, ciências da terra, muitas vezes estão em inglês. Tem vários certificados, né? Normalmente tem o DSH, o TestDAF, mas também a prova do Abitur, os certificados do Goethe Institut, o Sprachdiplom e o TEL, que estão reconhecidos na Alemanha. É muito importante que vocês verifiquem o nível exigido e também o tipo de certificado que está sendo aceitado pela faculdade alemã. Durante essa série de webinários, vocês também têm a oportunidade de ver uma palestra do TestDAF Institut e do FADAF, e eles também vão passar várias informações em relação a esses certificados de alemão. Eu acredito que essa informação, sobretudo, está sendo útil para quem está pretendendo entrar numa faculdade alemã, para também entender como que funcionam esses testes e como que eu posso me preparar para esse tipo de prova. Nós aqui no Rio, no escritório regional, estamos muito em contato com estudantes brasileiros que estão pensando em estudar na Alemanha, e tem algumas perguntas que vêm com muita frequência, sobretudo, como é morar na Alemanha? Quais são as diferenças e, sobretudo, quais são os gastos que eu tenho, né? Com que eu preciso contar. Tem umas notícias boas, a Alemanha não é tão caro, sobretudo em questão de moradia. A maioria dos alemães realmente, para fazer faculdade, sai da casa dos pais. Tem muita opção de moradia que estão em conta, sobretudo tem o Studentenwohnheim, que é o alojamento da faculdade, que normalmente você mora juntos com vários outros estudantes e vocês compartilham, por exemplo, uma cozinha, uma sala, ou compartilham o banheiro com outras pessoas. Ou também tem a opção de morar numa WG, que é uma república, que é um modelo bastante popular na Alemanha. E tem também, para quem está fazendo só intercâmbio de 1 ou 2 semestres, a opção de fazer Untermiete, que é sublocação. Aí tem vários sites na internet, como o WG Gesucht, ou também sites regionais no Facebook. Aí, estudantes alemães que vão morar em outro país, mesmo fazendo intercâmbio, eles oferecem o quarto ou apartamento deles por um certo período de tempo. E aí tem aquela vantagem, né, que já está tudo mobiliado e você não precisa se preocupar em comprar móveis, por exemplo. Outros gastos que tem, por um lado, a contribuição semestral, que é a Semestergebühr, que são 150 de 250 euros, que parece muito dinheiro, mas traz vários benefícios, até que em alguns estados vocês já podem usar, já está incluso o transporte público, podem usar a biblioteca da faculdade, podem comer na mesa, né, que é tipo um bandejão, um RU na Alemanha, que normalmente está aberto o dia todo. E O transporte público, caso que ainda não está incluso nessa contribuição, são 50 até 100 euros. Agora, a vantagem da Alemanha também é, para quem mora numa cidade pequena, muitos estudantes nem precisam do transporte público, porque muitas vezes você até pode caminhar para a faculdade. É muito comum andar de bicicleta, usar a bicicleta como meio de transporte. Outro gasto é o seguro-saúde, que é obrigatório na Alemanha. Cada pessoa que entra na Alemanha como estudante precisa ter um seguro-saúde. Para estudante, normalmente é um preço fixo, que são mais ou menos 80 euros. Eu recomendo para vocês verificarem com o International Office da Faculdade Alemã se eles sabem recomendar um seguro-saúde, porque tem alguns seguros particulares de viagem que vocês contratam aqui que não estão sendo válidos para quem quer ficar na Alemanha por mais tempo, em questão de visto também. Comida, roupa, outras despesas, eu acredito que os preços não sejam mais altos que aqui no Brasil, sobretudo enquanto a roupa de inverno, eu recomendo fortemente que vocês deixem de comprar seus casacos, suas botas lá na Alemanha, estão muito mais em conta que aqui no Brasil. E também tem vários supermercados, tem Aldi, Lidl, Penny, que vocês podem realmente comprar comida de boa qualidade no precinho. Os preços para telefone e internet abaixaram bastante nos últimos anos, não é um gasto muito alto. A única coisa que realmente pode pesar muito no bolso é se você decide fazer uma faculdade particular ou um programa específico de MBA, aí nesses casos tem taxas universitárias, aí sempre é importante já se informar antes dessas taxas, né, caso tiver, para não ter nenhuma surpresa desagradável. Outra questão que né, tem muito é a questão de visto de financiamento. Que acontece? Nós, o DAD, não temos uma autorização de dar uma consulta sobre o visto. E é muito importante entrar em contato com a embaixada ou um dos consulados da Alemanha no Brasil para obter informações sobre o tipo de visto que vocês precisam. Normalmente, o mais comum é o visto de candidato ao estudo ou o visto de estudante. Aí também é importante que vocês tenham um Finanzierungsnachweis, um comprovante de financiamento. Aí o pessoal no consulado vai poder explicar direitinho para vocês o que exatamente é o que vocês precisam. Enquanto ao financiamento, o DAD, como eu já falei, oferece vários tipos de bolsas para estudantes e pesquisadores, mas não é para todas as áreas, né? Não é para todos os tipos de estudos. Então, também oferecemos um banco de dados, onde vocês podem pesquisar e procurar financiamento de outras instituições. O DAD mesmo oferece para graduação, nesse momento, o programa de Hochschulwinterkurs, que já tinha mencionado um pouco, né? Que é um curso intensivo da cultura e língua alemã, de 4 a 6 semanas, no inverno alemão, em janeiro e fevereiro. Normalmente abrimos as inscrições cada ano em junho, julho. E, além disso, para a graduação, tem a opção de fazer uma viagem em grupo, né, juntos com o professor. Aí já precisa ter algum projeto para visitar uma instituição na Alemanha. E em questão de pós-graduação, tem um pouquinho mais de variedade. Temos um programa de música, um de arquitetura, cinema, artes cênicas e dança, e de artes e design. Nesse caso, as inscrições estão abertas agora. para iniciar um estudo. Um desses cursos de pós-graduação a partir de outubro de 2018. Outros cursos de pós-graduação tem dentro do programa EPOS.
Obrigada a todos por terem sobre a oferta de bolsas do DAD, especialmente para brasileiros. Nesse meio tempo, chegaram algumas perguntas dos nossos participantes. Talvez não dê tempo de responder a todas, vamos fazer o melhor e estaremos disponíveis para responder também depois via e-mail. Nós vamos selecionar aqui algumas das perguntas. Um dos participantes... Uma das participantes, a Ariana Andrade, obrigada pela sua pergunta. Ela nos fez o seguinte questionamento. A transferência tem tempo mínimo de permanência? E qual nível de alemão geralmente eles exigem? A Nadine vai esclarecer.
Então, o que acontece, como eu já falei durante a apresentação, esse processo de transferência é feito pela faculdade alemã. Então, é muito importante que vocês entrem em contato com eles para saber quais são os pré-requisitos e como que funciona exatamente. Normalmente, cada faculdade na Alemanha tem um International Office. Eles só cuidam desse tipo de perguntas, né? Estrangeiros que estão querendo estudar na Alemanha, seja um intercâmbio de 1 ou 2 semestres, seja uma graduação completa, uma transferência, um mestrado. Eles normalmente estão muito dispostos para responder todo esse tipo de perguntas. Nós, do DAD, como já falei, né, somos o primeiro contato para vocês aqui no Brasil, mas infelizmente não temos todas as respostas detalhadas, porque depende muito da sua área, do seu curso e da faculdade alemã.
Obrigada, Nadine, e obrigada, Ariana, pela pergunta. Vamos para o próximo questionamento. Nós recebemos uma pergunta do Ronald Paz, ele fala de um caso bem específico dele, mas que pode ser útil para outros participantes. Ele conta aqui que ele terminou a graduação dele em Arquitetura e Urbanismo na Federal do Rio Grande do Sul, há cerca de 3 anos, e ele agora gostaria de fazer uma outra graduação na área de Engenharia Elétrica. E ele pergunta como é que ele pode fazer isso, né? Ele diz aqui que o DAD, que segundo a apresentação, há 2 opções, uma através do Abitur, que é a conclusão das escolas alemãs, ou tentando uma transferência para uma universidade alemã. Então ele pergunta, eu devo fazer o curso Studienkolleg para poder conseguir essa segunda graduação? E o DAD, a base de dados do DAD mudou os seus critérios de admissão?
Então, o que acontece? Aí também nesse caso, por exemplo, caso você já escolheu uma faculdade na Alemanha, onde você queria estudar, aí eu recomendo que você entre em contato com o International Office. Eles têm essa experiência mais prática com estudantes de fora que querem fazer um curso na faculdade. Então, é sempre melhor perguntar lá, porque pode realmente variar de um curso para outro. Também dependendo quais as matérias da sua primeira graduação fazem parte da segunda graduação, entre outros.
Obrigada, Nadine. Vamos para a próxima pergunta. Essa eu acredito que possa ser bastante útil para o público em geral. A certificação de proficiência em inglês pode ser entregue após o prazo de candidatura?
Em geral, a documentação tem que estar completa na hora da sua candidatura. Tem alguns casos aí, se você realmente não consegue, né, você sempre pode entrar em contato com nós e esclarecer essa pergunta específica para o seu caso.
Obrigada. Próxima pergunta. Existe limitação de idade mínima ou máxima para os programas?
Então, pelo DAD, pelas bolsas, programas do DAD, não existe uma limitação de idade, porque se existe é um limite de 6 anos depois do último título acadêmico. Por exemplo, se você está querendo fazer um mestrado na Alemanha, aí o seu último título acadêmico, né, a graduação, não poderia ser feita há mais de 6 anos no momento da sua candidatura no portal do DAD. Agora, por exemplo, se você está querendo fazer um doutorado, contamos o mestrado stricto sensu. Infelizmente, nesse caso, se você, por exemplo, terminou o seu mestrado stricto sensu há 7 anos e fez uma especialização depois, infelizmente não podemos contar com essa especialização, né? Tem que ser um mestrado stricto sensu.
Obrigada, Nadine. Vou agora selecionar uma pergunta que está se repetindo aqui. A gente pode ver que mais de um participante fez essa pergunta relativa aos custos exibidos na apresentação, os custos para estudar, né? Alguns estão perguntando se esses custos exibidos são semestrais, Nadine.
Então, os custos que eu mencionei na apresentação são mensais, fora das taxas universitárias. As taxas universitárias normalmente estão cobradas por semestre. É uma taxa administrativa, como eu falei, às vezes está incluindo alguns benefícios, inclusive transporte público, acesso à biblioteca, acesso ao bandejão da faculdade, e os outros custos, tipo aluguel, comida, livros e tal, é um custo mensal.
Próxima pergunta. Uma pessoa interessada em cursar o doutorado, ela é aluna de doutorado e tem interesse em realizar parte dos estudos em um laboratório específico. Ela menciona 2 editais que a interessaram, o edital CAP CNPq DAD, cuja seleção está sendo encerrada no momento. Ela pergunta, há algum impedimento de pleitear ir da Alemanha via 2 editais ao mesmo tempo?
Então, o que eu sempre recomendo, por exemplo, você está querendo fazer um doutorado sanduíche, aí você teria que ver, porque esse edital, conjunto com o CAPES CNPq, como a gente tive esse ano, você poderia se candidatar para uma bolsa para doutorado sanduíche. Agora, o auxílio, né, o short-term grant para brasileiros, nós chamamos de auxílio. É uma bolsa para quem já tem uma bolsa nacional da CAPES ou do CNPq, por exemplo, e o DAD paga um valor adicional e a passagem aérea, né, para uma estadia até 6 meses. Então, se você quer ficar até 2 até 6 meses, você pode se candidatar para o auxílio. Agora, se você, por exemplo, quer aumentar suas chances, vai se candidatar para os 2 programas sem problema. Agora, você não vai poder fazer uso dos 2 programas ao mesmo tempo. Né?
Obrigada, Nadine. Esclarecer que daqui a pouco está encerrando o nosso tempo para perguntas, realmente o volume é muito grande, vamos ter que concluir por e-mail, mas dá tempo para uma última pergunta antes da próxima apresentação. Uma pergunta sobre mestrado, sobre reconhecimento. É verdade que o mestrado na Alemanha não é reconhecido no Brasil?
Isso é um caso que também nós não estamos responsáveis para esse reconhecimento, né? Aí talvez vocês podem ver no consulado, ou ver aqui com as faculdades brasileiras mesmo, que eles têm mais uma experiência prática com essa questão.
Obrigada, Nadine. Obrigada a todos que enviaram suas perguntas e estiveram conosco assistindo essa primeira parte do nosso webinar sobre a oferta de bolsas e possibilidades de estudo na Alemanha que o DAD oferece. Nós vamos encerrar a nossa participação mais oficial, vamos estar com vocês ao longo do dia todo. E agora vamos dar as boas-vindas, e por isso também vamos passar a falar em inglês. A próxima apresentação é da Technische Universität Dresden. And the representative of the Technische Universität Dresden is Katja Ehrenreich. We welcome you, Katja, to this webinar session and hope everyone enjoy the next presentation. And as happened with us, you'll be able to ask questions to Katja at the end, which we are going to moderate as well. I hope you have a good presentation.
Enjoy.
Okay. Okay. Does it work? Can you see me? Okay, I'm not sure whether you can see me, but I will start my presentation. Thus, at Technische Universität Dresden here in Germany. Before I will talk about the university itself, let me introduce you to the city of Dresden and its surroundings. Dresden is the capital of the Federal State of Saxony and has currently about 500,000 inhabitants. It's a very dynamic city and among the fastest growing cities in Germany. As you can see on the map, it's well located in the heart of Europe, close to the border of Czech Republic and of the border of Poland, two countries we have good collaborations with. And other bigger cities like Dresden, like Berlin or Prague are not far away. But I must mention that Dresden is already considered as a big city here in Germany. Dresden is not only a good place to study, but also a great place to live. It's known in the whole world for splendors, cultural splendors, and its troublesome history. But I must tell you that it's also a very, very green city with a high quality of life. There's a nice surrounding and so many places which you can explore. For example, the Elbe Sandstone Mountains, which you can see here on the slide. We have been teaching courses since 1828, but today we are, of course, a much bigger university and also even better. TU Dresden is one of the 11 universities of excellence in Germany. And currently, we offer 120 programs, which we are teaching to 35,000 students. And currently, we have 14.5 international students and 52 Brazilians. Due to the Ciências Sem Fronteiras program, we could already welcome until September 2016 200 Brazilian students in the framework of that program, and we already gained valuable experiences regarding the admission of Brazilian students. Here you can see one of our students who studied at TU Dresden in the framework of Ciências Sem Fronteiras. And yeah, I think, and as you can read here on the page, Arthur had a great time at TU Dresden. Yeah, but let me now talk about the structure of TU Dresden. TU Dresden is a full comprehensive university, which means that we offer programs in all areas, as you can see on the slide. But today we want to focus on our traditionally strong subjects, which are science and engineering. We offer programs in all traditional engineering programs or subjects like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, as well as computer science. But you can also study engineering subjects such as forestry, traffic and transportation science, or, for example, architecture or civil engineering. Furthermore, TU Dresden covers all fields in natural science, as you can see here, like psychology, biology, physics, mathematics, and chemistry. Which is special, maybe, or what we also offer interdisciplinary courses. It means those courses combines 2 or more fields, such as economics and engineering, or, for example, mechatronics. I will highlight one of the programs later, but first let me tell you about the different degrees which you can obtain at TU Dresden. Here at TU Dresden, we offer, like most of the universities in Germany, a bachelor degree in 3 years, and if available, also master degrees in the same subject in 2 years. Which is special for engineering subjects, you could also obtain a traditional German degree, the Diplom. At TU Dresden, you can still become a German Diplom-Ingenieur, which means that you study 5 years and obtain a degree which is equivalent to a master's degree, which is recognized in the whole world and which stands like nothing else for an excellent education in German engineering. As I mentioned it before, I want to tell you a little bit more about the structure of such a diploma program. Among the 100 programs we offer, there are 70 diploma programs. And I chose mechanical engineering because this is also chosen by many of our first semester students, and is a good example about how it's structured. The advantage is that all the diploma programs are modularized like bachelor or master programs, so it's easy for you to earn credits which can be recognized in other institutions in the world. I will now explain you a little bit more in detail how it's structured. As I already mentioned, the diploma course lasts for 5 years, and in the semester 1 to 4 you learn basic knowledge in science and also a little bit already in engineering, such as thermodynamics, for example. Then from semester 5 to 10, you choose a specialization. So you choose an area where you want to put a focus on. And in mechanical engineering, for example, we have 8 different areas to put a focus on, such as aerospace engineering or lightweight construction. In semester 7, you need to do a professional internship. No worries, we will help you to find a suitable place in a company here in Dresden or in Germany or abroad. Or you can even do that internship in one of the non-academic research institutions here in Dresden. And then usually in semester 10, you write your diploma thesis. Under the supervision of a professor here at TU Dresden. On the other hand, the bachelor program in the same subject lasts only 3 years, and semester 1 to 4 is similar to the diploma program, but then in the end you won't have the time to specialize, to put a focus on a certain area. You won't have the time to do a professional internship, and also to study abroad could be a little bit problematic because you have just 6 semesters. But anyway, this degree is aimed at students who definitely want to pursue their master's degree at another university or abroad or in Germany, or who just want to have a first degree and then find a job quickly. In general, we recommend our students, if they have the time, to pursue the diploma, because it offers greater job chances at a higher pay. And as I already mentioned, you will have the time to really to focus on a certain area. And in general, it's a very good consecutive program, and you will have the time to, I said it 3 times already, to focus on your chosen subject, do the professional internships, and also to have the time to study 1 or 2 semesters abroad. Furthermore, several of our diploma programs offer the opportunity to obtain a double degree with universities in France, Canada, and Spain, which is also a great advantage. And I must also mention that it will be possible to be enrolled in a higher semester of the diploma program, but this depends on the subject. But for example, in mechanical engineering, it's possible with a bachelor degree from another university to enroll in a higher semester and have the diploma in the end. Most of the programs at TU Dresden are taught in German, but nevertheless we have 13 programs which are taught in English, and all of these programs are in the science and engineering area. You find a list of all the programs here. For more details, please go on the website. For those English taught masters, you don't need any knowledge of German, which could be a big advantage, I guess. And in general, those programs are quite international because there are many international students who are enrolled in the English taught master programs, and some of these programs include they have an integrated stay abroad during the 4 semesters. Of course, TU Dresden also offers the possibility to obtain a doctoral degree. There are 2 ways for obtaining a doctoral degree. The traditional one is, I guess, similar to the Brazilian way. So it means that you choose a research topic and a supervisor, and you will do independent research work under a supervisor chosen, or under a supervisor for professor at the university, chosen by you, chosen by the focus of your research topic. There are no fixed course programs for this way. In comparison, we have also the possibility, or you have also the possibility to join a structured PhD program, which is similar, to what is offered in the United States, for example. On the webpage mentioned on the slide, you find an overview about the currently available programs. Maybe let me also mention that usually, at least the traditional way, lasts 3 years, but I already learned that most of the students need like 5 years, but it depends also whether the programs are funded or not, or whether the students have to work at the same time. Because most of them, or let me say 50% of the PhD students are employed at the same time at the university, but some of the students are self-funded and they have to do another work at the same time, and that's why it takes sometimes a little bit longer. Apart from our English taught programs, we also, in general, put a lot of emphasis on other aspects of internationalization, such as exchanges and cooperations with partners worldwide. As you can see on the map, cooperation refers to all areas, and there are different types of cooperation. So student exchanges, like I mentioned, double degree programs, so joint programs, and cooperation in research. And we have also several, I think currently 10 agreements at least, with Brazilian universities. They're listed a few of them here on that slide. Let's talk a little bit about non-academic things. TU Dresden is a public university and does not charge any tuition fee in most of the programs. Nevertheless, there's a certain fee that must be paid every semester, and which is currently 265 euros. This fee covers mostly the expense for the ticket for the public transport here in Dresden, which is valid for 6 months, and which is valid for the city of Dresden and for all slow trains in whole Saxony. In general, the living costs are comparatively low in Dresden. You need about 700 euros each month to survive. Here you find a list about the rents in Dresden and in other cities. Let me say that most of our students live in students' accommodation offered by, also by the University of Dresden, and it's also very common in Germany in general to live in shared flats. In addition to all that the city has to offer, TU Dresden itself has many, many things to do apart from studying. So there are lots of cultural clubs, of sports courses, and even in the engineering area, you would have the chance to join in our, for example, robotics clubs. This is a club that competes in national and international competitions like the Euroboat. In any case, there are lots of things to do. As you can see, we also offer 800 sports courses. So there are many things which could avoid that you focus on your studies. Anyway, we would be happy to welcome you as students at TU Dresden, and I would be happy right now to answer your questions.
Thank you very much, Katja, for your presentation. Now we're going to answer the questions of the participants, of the residents that are interested in some courses at the Technische Universität Dresden. I've made a selection here. Let's start with the question about the German language level. The question is, what's the German language level required to a graduation totally in German?
The level is C1 in the framework, but it's not enough to just finish a C1 course. You need an official German certificate such as DSH2 or test staff. And for the test staff certificate, you need at least a level 4 in each area. These are the most common German certificates.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next question. About the PhD programs, the participant asks, I have a doubt about how can I apply to PhD programs. Is it necessary to apply with a proposal of research, or just apply knowing which interest I have, in which area I'm interested in?
No, if you want to pursue the traditional PhD program, then you need to already have a certain idea about what you want to do your research on. So it would be good if you contact directly the professor with your CV and with a proposal already.
Okay, thank you again. Many questions now I'm reading while I'm asking, so I apologize if it takes a little while. Next one. I'm a PhD student and also studied for 1 year at Germany during my PhD. I would like to know if you have programs for postdoc students, researchers, postdoc researchers.
To be honest, as postdoc students are not enrolled or not considered as students anymore, this is something which directly concerns the faculties. So we have also international offices and contact persons at the faculties who are happy to assist you in finding a postdoc program, but I can't give you any information about certain postdoc programs.
Okay, thank you. Next question, more specific about the Technische Universität Dresden. Is it possible to take 2 courses at the same time at TU Dresden, such as mechanical engineering and physics?
you can be enrolled in so-called Parallelstudium, so you can study parallelly, but we can't recommend that because, yeah, especially the engineering subjects are really highly demanding, and I would say that nobody will be able to pursue at the same time studies in physics and mechanical engineering. But formally, that would be possible, yeah.
Okay. We have now a very specific question about the Diplom Maschinenbau. The question is, could you please talk more about the Diplom Maschinenbau? How can I get a scholarship for it?
Okay, we have some scholarships for different countries and different subjects, but this is really a detailed question right now, but I would be happy to answer it via email then later.
Okay.
Because this is nothing I can answer to in one sentence.
Okay, so next question. One participant is interested in researching in the area of psychology. Oh, no, I can. Yeah, she's asking, good morning, Katja. The contact for research in psychology must be done directly with the professor. And yeah, if it must be done directly, if she must get in touch directly with the professor in order to start a project.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. I will be finished with my graduation at the end of this year. Is there the possibility to start directly my PhD?
Yeah, as a PhD student, you can apply at any time. At least for international students, there are no deadlines. So you can apply for a PhD throughout the year. So it doesn't depend on the start of the semester. The question is whether the degree you got is recognized here as a precondition or is recognized and allows you to start directly. So as a Brazilian student, you can't do a PhD directly with a licenciado. You will need a master's degree, for example.
Okay, thank you again, Katja. I can see here that many participants are asking one question, which is if your presentation is going to be available after you finish. So I'm gonna give this information for everyone that we are recording the webinars, and we are gonna put them online on our website, on DAD Brazil website afterwards. So don't worry, you're gonna be able to watch it later and review the presentation. And let's go to the next question to Katja. Hello, Katja. I would like to know if I could apply for the master 6 months before finishing my bachelor in Brazil.
Yeah, that's possible in general, but 6 months, it depends a little bit on the credits you earned before, because normally at the moment of the application, you need at least 80% of your bachelor's degree. And if you hand in a confirmation that you fulfilled already 80%, then you can apply for master's degree already. And yeah, the day you enroll for the subject, you of course need to make proof of your bachelor's degree then.
Okay, thank you again. Now we have a question which is more related to living in Dresden than the university itself. One participant says, I would like to rent an apartment while I study because I would go with my family. So she's not interested in a WG or something like that. She asks, is it easy to rent an apartment? Are there several apartments in the city for rent?
In comparison to other cities in Germany, such as Munich or Hamburg, it's really easy to find an apartment here. And of course, it depends also a little bit on in which part of Dresden you want to live. But most of the parts of Dresden are not far away from the university because it's really in the center of Dresden. So yeah, even with a family, there would be a problem to find an apartment here.
Great, thank you again. Now we go back to the subject deadlines and requirements to apply. Hello, my question is related to deadlines. To apply to a post-degree program or master program, is it necessary that the previous bachelor degree should preferably not be older than 6 years? Mine due 6 years in December 2017. Now the question, do I have up to November of the next year to apply, or is the deadline exactly 6 years?
Whether the deadline is exactly 6 years? I didn't get that question, I think.
Yeah, I think this is more related, this is more related to the scholarships DAD offers. I'll ask my colleague here to support us.
So I think you're referring to the DAD scholarships because this is a criteria from the DAD. This is not a criteria from universities. As I already explained before, I don't know if you have been in the first part of the presentation.
No.
So what happens? We don't have age criteria, we don't have age limitations. But if you apply for a DAD scholarship, for example, if you apply for a master's program, your bachelor's could not have been concluded more than 6 years ago.
Okay.
So
no, that's not important.
This is not a criteria from the university.
That's not a criteria, no.
Okay, so we have time for 2 more questions. Let me see the next one. Good morning, I'm doing my bachelor in Brazil, and I would like to know if there's any mobility offer to study part of my subjects at the Technische Universität Dresden.
I'm sorry, the connection was interrupted for some seconds. So
okay, let's
could you please repeat that question?
Sure, no problem. I'm doing my bachelor in Brazil, and I would like to know if there's any mobility option so that I can study part of my subjects at the Technische Universität Dresden.
But just the part, okay. Yeah, as I mentioned, there are many exchange programs, but in general, even if there's no cooperation with any university in Brazil or with an appropriate university, you can come here as a freelancer, not a free mover, freelancer is another thing, yeah, as a free mover, and join our programs for 1 or 2 semesters.
Thank you. One of this question has already been answered. Some of the questions are being repeated. She's asking if there's a specific deadline to apply, or you receive application along all the year. You've already answered that you receive application all year long.
For PhD studies,
yeah. Yeah, PhD. Now about residence again. It's our last question. Does TU Dresden has a student residence for couples? I would like to go to Dresden with my wife.
The structures of a student residences are quite different. So there are older buildings where you share kitchen and bathroom with more than 10 people, but there's also the possibility to rent like an apartment with only 2 rooms, which can be used by a couple as well.
Okay. Thank you very much, Katja, for your time and your presentation. I hope our participants could have a nice overview of your offer and the city of Dresden. I now say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, obrigada.
And now we are going to welcome the representatives of the Schmalkalden University of Applied Science. They are going to do the next presentation and talk a little bit about the courses and the options they have there. So I welcome Isabelle Coman. She's going to do the presentation. And afterwards, we're going to have with us Kevin Rausch. He's going to answer the questions you have. So please enjoy the next presentation.
I think so. Okay, could we please get a short feedback whether you can all see and hear us? Hope. Yeah, okay, all right. If it's, I've just heard it's a bit quiet, but we try our best. Everything okay? Okay. So, hello and welcome to our presentation as part of the GATE series study in Germany. I am Kevin Rausch from the International Office of the Schmalkalden University of Applied Sciences. And to my left, you can see the most charming Isabel. She's from Brazil, and she's a student here at Schmalkalden University. And so she is about to give you some information about our university in Portuguese. How good is that? So this is gonna last a couple of minutes, and then you can post questions either in Portuguese directly to her or in English, and I will be happy to answer them. So I will now pass on the microphone to Isabel. Enjoy.
Oi, bom dia. Como ele falou, eu sou a Isabelle, estou estudando aqui na Universidade de Ciências Aplicadas de Schmalkalden e gostaria de apresentá-la hoje para vocês. Então, vamos começar com a localização da universidade. Como vocês sabem, ela fica na Alemanha, no estado da Turíngia e na cidade de Schmalkalden. Bom, a cidade de Schmalkalden fica bem no meio da Alemanha, o que para quem quer viajar aqui é bem interessante, porque você tem a mesma distância tanto para o norte como para o sul. A cidade de Schmalkalden é também bastante antiga. A primeira referência dela é em 874. É uma cidade que tem bastante natureza, pois está no meio da floresta da Turíngia e tem cerca de 20 mil habitantes. A cidade oferece oportunidades nas áreas de engenharia mecânica, de indústria alimentícia e na educação. Aqui é uma cidade turística, tem várias casas em Chaemel, bem do jeito alemão, que datam da Idade Média, e tem bastante natureza, como eu falei antes. Algumas cidades próximas que você pode visitar são Erfurt, que é a capital do estado, Weimar, Eisenach e Oberhof. Em Oberhof é bastante interessante para vocês, porque existem várias oportunidades de esportes de inverno. Lá acontecem também várias competições, então vocês já podem imaginar que aqui a gente tem bastante neve. Para você visitar essas cidades aqui é bem fácil, porque se você estuda na Universidade de Schmalkalden, você recebe um cartão de estudante, que é chamado de Tosca-Karte. Com esse cartão, você tem a possibilidade de viajar de graça nos trens aqui no estado da Turíngia. Bom, para chegar aqui na nossa universidade é bem fácil. Temos uma estação de trem chamada Fachhochschule Schmalkalden, que fica bem na universidade. Os aeroportos mais próximos são o de Frankfurt, Erfurt e Leipzig. Agora vamos para a Universidade de Schmalkalden. Ela preza pela tradição, qualidade e responsabilidade. É uma universidade pequena e tem disciplinas nas áreas de engenharia e economia. Foi fundada em 1902 e renovada em 1991. Aqui existem vários cursos de bacharelado, assim como mestrado, e também programas de formação continuada. A universidade conta com uma estrutura bem recente e é uma universidade muito moderna. Como eu disse, é uma universidade pequena. Ela tem 3.000 estudantes e 65 professores, o que pode ser também uma grande vantagem, porque aqui você tem um ambiente familiar, onde você pode ter um contato mais próximo com os professores e também com outros estudantes. Então, para fazer amizades aqui é bem legal. E outro aspecto também é porque aqui existem vários estudantes internacionais, então você vai fazer amizades com pessoas de todos os cantos do mundo. Aqui tem 5 faculdades. A primeira é de Engenharia Mecânica, Engenharia Elétrica, Ciências da Computação, Economia e Direito Comercial. Como eu mencionei antes, a universidade tem uma rede internacional bem grande. Para vocês terem uma ideia, existem cerca de 130 universidades conveniadas ao redor do mundo. Nesse semestre que está vindo agora, que é o semestre de inverno de 2017 e 2018, vamos receber cerca de 180 estudantes internacionais. Lembrando que a universidade tem apenas cerca de 3 mil estudantes, então é um número bem alto. Você vindo para cá vai ter possibilidade de fazer cursos de verão, mobilidade de dupla e completa diplomação e também intercâmbio. Sim, mesmo vindo do Brasil, você pode fazer intercâmbio aqui para outro país e pode talvez até receber uma bolsa para isso, o que é bem interessante. Bom, estudar na Universidade de Ciências Aplicadas de Schmalkalden é muito interessante porque você tem uma relevância intensiva da prática, especialmente no ensino dual, onde você tem contato direto com empresas. Aqui, como eu falei antes, tem uma orientação internacional e uma possibilidade de mobilidade em todos os programas, tanto bacharelado como master, e também temos um suporte excelente para cursos e tutoriais. É uma universidade bem moderna, então temos um ambiente de estudo bem recente e vários equipamentos de laboratório também bem modernos. E o que é melhor para vocês, aqui não existem taxas de matrícula e a contribuição por semestre é super baixa. E também, mesmo que você tenha que contribuir por semestre, como eu falei antes, você recebe esse cartão de estudante que você tem várias vantagens e uma delas é andar de graça nos trens daqui. Além disso, o custo de vida aqui em Schmalkalden é bem menor que a média da Alemanha. Então, é um ponto bem positivo aqui. Agora um pouco sobre os cursos que a gente oferece. Na Faculdade de Engenharia Mecânica, temos Engenharia Mecânica tanto quanto mestrado como bacharelado. Também temos a Engenharia de Plásticos Aplicada em mestrado. E na área de Ciências da Computação, temos Informática, Marketing Multimídia e Computação Móvel como bacharelado. E Tecnologia da Informação de Mídia Aplicada como mestrado. Em breve teremos Applied Computer Science como bacharelado, que é Ciências da Computação Aplicada. Na área de Engenharia Elétrica, temos Engenharia Biomédica como bacharelado e Engenharia Elétrica e Engenharia da Informação como bacharelado e como mestrado. Na Economia, temos Administração de Empresas como bacharelado e International Business and Economics como bacharelado e mestrado, que é Economia e Negócios Internacionais. Esse curso, o mestrado, é completamente oferecido em inglês, então se você não sabe falar alemão, não tem problema. Temos o Direito Comercial como bacharelado e mestrado, International Business Law como bacharelado, que é o direito comercial internacional. Também tem algumas opções a mais, mas essas foram as mais relevantes. Se vocês quiserem, podem dar uma olhada no site. Aqui na Universidade de Schmalkalden, você tem a possibilidade de fazer pesquisas. As 3 áreas principais que oferecemos aqui é a análise de sinal adaptativo, a BioStep, que é um projeto da engenharia mecânica sobre materiais biológicos no campo industrial. Também a terceira área é o desenvolvimento de produtos e fabricação de ferramentas. Temos aqui o foco na pesquisa individual e laboratórios específicos em cada faculdade. Além disso, existe uma cooperação com empresas inovadoras aqui na universidade. Bom, sobre a universidade, era o que a gente queria mostrar, mas se vocês se interessaram, entrem no site da universidade, porque lá vocês podem olhar as fotos para ter uma ideia de como é aqui. E lá também, que é interessante, existem vários vídeos que vocês também podem achar no YouTube, que mostra a universidade, o ambiente moderno, também a universidade no inverno, se vocês têm interesse, e experiências de estudantes antigos. E existe também um vídeo de 360 graus, então você já pode se sentir como se estivesse aqui. Temos outros links aí interessantes, por exemplo, da cidade de Schmalkalden, se você tiver interesse em conhecer antes de vir. E para se candidatar, também estão os links ali. E agora a gente vai responder algumas perguntas, mas se a gente não conseguir responder agora, vocês podem entrar em contato com o Kevin, por favor, em inglês. E ali está o e-mail dele. E ele vai estar bem feliz de responder vocês. Então não tenham medo, pode escrever mesmo. Obrigada.
Obrigado. Thank you so much, Isabel. All right, so as we told you before, you can now pose questions. You can ask Isabel directly in Portuguese if you wish, or you can post questions in English to me. We'll try our best to answer them. Of course, if they're too special, we might not have you right now, but we can then just forward them to the responsible persons. And yeah, in case of that, you can always contact.
Okay, thank you, Isabel, for a very nice presentation. Which is, being in Portuguese is always very nice for our audience. We have many questions in Portuguese and some of them in English. Should I keep them in Portuguese and Isabel answer them, or would you prefer?
Let's start with the Portuguese ones, probably, right?
Sorry,
Okay.
I couldn't hear you well.
Yeah. Let's start with the Portuguese questions.
Okay.
I think, right? Okay.
Let's start. Bom dia, me interessa realizar mestrado em engenharia elétrica. Poderia me explicar um pouco se há oferta de bolsas de estudo e quais seriam os requerimentos? Obrigada.
Bom, essa pergunta de bolsas de estudo é um pouco específica. Eu não sei responder agora, mas o Kevin pode dar informação para vocês pelo e-mail. E se ele não souber, também ele vai falar com alguém aqui na universidade que pode responder vocês.
Yeah, I think I've sort of understood the question. So if just send me a mail, and I'll be happy to send you a schedule with the precise courses. And also, you can find all courses on our website, asschmalkalden.de, and you'll have all the information in English as well. So there you can find all the curricula and all the schedules. Hope that helps.
Thank you, Kevin. Some of the questions we are receiving, the content has already been mentioned during the presentation, but maybe the participants would like to have some additional information. So just don't worry if it's a little bit repetitive. There is one question in Portuguese as well. A Karlsruhe Schmalkalden oferece graduação em inglês? Sim, isso foi um dos assuntos. Se sim, o ano preparatório também pode ser feito em inglês?
Então, o ano preparatório que vocês falaram é para estudar alemão aqui, ou Studienkolleg, ou o que significa esse ano preparatório?
Sim, é o curso Studienkolleg para poder ingressar na universidade alemã se a pessoa não tiver a conclusão, o Abitur, né, a conclusão de escola alemã.
Bom, se você não tiver a conclusão, o Abitur, você pode fazer Studienkolleg, mas provavelmente vai ter que ser em alemão. Me desculpa, mas você também, se você estudou um ano na universidade no Brasil, você pode vir para cá. E quanto à pergunta dos cursos em inglês, completamente em inglês acho que não, mas existem cursos que têm várias matérias em inglês. Então vocês podem dar uma olhada no site.
Obrigada, Isabela. Uma pergunta agora bem específica sobre a sua experiência aí. Essa pergunta direcionada para você. Qual foi a principal diferença que você sentiu na Alemanha em relação ao ensino para uma faculdade aqui no Brasil, né? Essa comparação entre a realidade da faculdade Brasil e Alemanha?
É uma pergunta boa, então. O que eu percebi é que aqui na Alemanha você faz as provas uma vez por semestre, pelo menos aqui em Schmalkalden. Então você tem que se preparar durante 3 semanas para as provas e você tem que se sair bem. A gente também faz bem menos trabalhos que no Brasil, pelo menos aqui. Eu já fiz alguns trabalhos, mas não tanto quanto no Brasil. Você então tem o semestre inteiro, mais ou menos sem obrigação, e no final você tem que se preparar para as provas, o que tem o lado bom e o lado ruim. A outra diferença que eu percebi também aqui é que você não tem a obrigação de ir para as aulas. Eles não fazem uma lista de chamada, você tem a responsabilidade própria, se você quer vir para as aulas ou não. Ninguém te obriga.
Obrigada. Vamos para a próxima pergunta. No estudo dual, qual a divisão entre estudo e trabalho por semana? A partir do primeiro semestre já é possível encontrar uma empresa e começar a trabalhar?
Bom, essa pergunta eu também não sei responder, porque é específica e eu não faço ensino dual. Então, vou falar de novo para escrever para o Kevin, ou talvez ele já entendeu.
Perhaps,
Kevin, Kevin, maybe I'm going to translate this question. It's about the dual system. The participant is asking about the division of time between studying and working, and if it's possible to start working during the first semester of studies.
Okay. So they want to know whether they can like work besides studying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, that is possible. Like you can have you can work for about 19 hours per week, which sums up to about 86 hours per month. So you can do that besides working. And also it is quite common to have like a mini job in Germany with which you can like earn up to 450 euros a month. So that is possible. Does that answer the question? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I see here another question, a question in English. Maybe we keep English for now.
Yeah.
Is it possible for a non-German speaker to apply for a bachelor degree program at the Nationalities University? I'm not transferring from a university in Brazil since I'm not studying right now, and I don't have a bachelor degree.
Okay, well, there are possibilities. Like usually, if you apply for a full degree here at Schmalkalden University, that is in German, you will of course be required to speak German when you come here. However, we've got, as you could see in one of those slides before, we've got international business and economics in our bachelor and international business law. These are completely in English, and for these theoretically you don't need any German skills to prove. Also, as you can see, applied computer science is about to come soon. So for those 2 or almost 3 degrees, English would be efficient. Like all you need is a certificate in English, and for example, this can be TOEFL with a result of 79% or better, or IELTS with 6.5. These would be the requirements for the English degrees. And also, some of you might not be interested in a full degree, but in an exchange semester. And for example, if you come here for an exchange semester, in some courses it's possible to attend only English-speaking lectures, and for those 2 you would not need German skills. However, of course, I recommend to everyone who comes from abroad to Germany to at least attend some German lessons here, because we're not in a big city. It's definitely worth speaking English. So you can come here for those specific programs without any pre-knowledge of German, but you would at least be suggested to take German lessons right at our university. We always offer them free to all the foreign students. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Next topic. It's actually not a question, but They ask if you can talk a little bit more about the biomedical engineering area, the course itself, and about job opportunities in this area, in the region the university is.
Again, which degree?
Biomedical engineering.
Biomedical healthcare. Healthcare. I think the broad topic. Well, I don't study it myself. I just work in the international office. So with specifics to the single degrees, I'm afraid I can't help you. You can always send me a mail with those questions, and I will forward you to the no, you are okay. And I will also always forward you to the person responsible. So it is this degree, healthcare technology, is in the faculty of electrical engineering. So just send me a mail. I will give you I will either give you their email address, or again, check out our website and you will find the precise curriculum in English there. In general, I can say it is about technology, as the name suggests, that is used in the field of medicine. This is, as much as I know, so you will have introduction to medicine. You'll have, of course, technological lectures and stuff. It's a bit like a mixture of, I think, engineering lectures and also a bit of medicine combined, as far as I know. But again, it's basically about those machines that are used in hospitals and institutions of that kind. So this is as much information as I can give you now. Again, check out our website. You will find the precise curricula, the precise schedules there, without any problem, I think.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. We have now a question which is more related to day-to-day life at Schmalkalden and cities in the region. One participant says she's going to study with her family. She's going to Germany with her family, and her daughter is 7 years old. She would like to know if there are any schools in the city that teach in English, regular schools. Of course, that's not part of the university life, but maybe you have this information for her.
If there are schools like for underage that teach in English, does anyone around me know that? So, whether there are schools that give lessons in English. Schulen. Nein, Schulen. Schulen, that's auch nicht. We don't know. We honestly don't know right now. I think in Schmalkalden it could be tough to find a school that offers degrees in English. It's a rather small city. If you go to the next big city, Erfurt, sure. I think there you should find something like that. In Schmalkalden might be hard, nor also not in mining. So I think I will have to disappoint you with that, though I'm not sure. Perhaps there is one. I can do some research later and find it out. I'll be happy to post it, but I think there's no English school here.
Thank you. Maybe a good tip would be to reach out to the city hall, and they may have this information.
They will definitely have the information, absolutely.
So I would recommend you look for the website of the city hall. And now going to the questions. Thank you for your presentation. I'd like to know about the academic background to pursue a master's degree. I would like to know more about the minimum required of the undergraduate average. I'm not sure, yeah, if I understood correctly, yeah, but the person is interested in pursuing a master's degree and wants to know more about the academic background and the minimum average.
Okay, let me sum up. There's someone interested in a master's degree, and he or she likes to know the requirements, the minimum requirements.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of course you will need a bachelor's degree, and with that you need to pass it with like at least 50% as a vote, like at least for like economics. So I'm pretty sure that the single requirements differ from degree to degree, but in general you will of course need a bachelor's degree with a certain mark, and it is most likely that that this differs from that this depends on the specific field you'd like to specialize in. But definitely, if you want to study masters in mechanical engineering, you will most likely need a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering with at least a sufficient mark.
Thank you, Kevin. We've received from several participants the question about PhD. If you do offer, if the university does offer PhD courses.
So, yes, we do, but at the same time, it's not as simple. So we're not a proper university. We're University of Applied Sciences. In German, it's the so-called Fachhochschule. So there is a possibility to do research and to do your PhD here in Schmalkalden, because we cooperate with a university nearby, the Technological University of Ilmenau, the University of Technology in Ilmenau, and so we you can study and research here in Schmalkalden University, and you will receive the PhD from that University of Ilmenau. But given that we are not a proper university, but a University of Applied Sciences, this will last about 5 to 6 years. So yes, it is possible, but it lasts a while. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next question is related to the electrical engineering course. They ask how long does it take, and also how is it structured?
So again, for the second question, go on www.hs-schmalkalden.de/international, and you will find all the curricula and all the schedules for the different degrees in all the different faculties. How long will it take? I think a bachelor's degree always lasts 3 years, a master's degree lasts 2 years. This is as long as it usually takes. Of course, like you can, like some you know how it is. Some students need to work besides studying. Sometimes you need to like do a certain exam again and again. So it might of course last a bit longer, especially when you're from abroad and like I'm not that familiar with German. But yeah, usually the bachelor's degrees are either 6 or 7 semesters, and master's degrees are 4 semesters scheduled.
Thank you, Kevin. I think we don't have much more time for questions.
Okay.
But I'm sure that when you receive your email the last questions, you're going to be able to send more information and clarify some topics which couldn't be clarified today. We thank all participants for your questions and your interest, and hope you can all find an interesting course at Schmalkalden if that's, of course, the best for you, the course that suits you better. And hope to see you again soon. Kevin and Isabel, thank you very much.
Yes,
for your
and also
time.
from us, we'd like to thank all the participants and all those who watched us, and hope to see many of you here at Schmalkalden University one day, huh? Take care. Have a nice day, everyone.
Obrigada, gente. Espero ver vocês por aqui e até mais.
Goodbye.
Tchau.
Bye. And so we go on with our next presentation. We are going to have now a representative from the Brandenburg University of Technology, Cottbus-Seftenberg. I would like to welcome Veronika Kurusi. Veronika, are you with us already?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay,
Welcome.
and can you see me?
Not yet.
Okay, now you should see me, right?
Yes. No, not yet. We can see your presentation on the screen, and now I can see you.
Okay,
Hope you all
perfect. Thank you very much. Can you still hear me and see me? Because I can't hear you anymore.
Muted my microphone so that the stage is all for you.
Thank you very much. Can you just, one more question, can you see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, I can see your presentation, and so does the audience.
Okay, so I can start. Thank you very much. Okay, so good afternoon to everybody. My name is Veronika Köreschi. I'm working from the Brandenburg University of Technology, Cottbus-Senftenberg, and I would like to show you some impressions about our university. Can you still see me? Because I'm not sure. I don't see myself.
Yes, we can still see you. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Here, this is always changing. So, okay. I just need to 1 second. I just put my camera smaller. Okay. So, I am working for the International Relations Office, and I am the manager for international recruiting and international alumni work. And I hope you will enjoy the presentation. I try to bring also photos that you have good impressions about our university, but first some facts and figures, of course. We are a relatively small university. We have about 8,000 students, but we're a very, very, very international university. 24% our students are coming from foreign countries. And we also have bachelor's and master's degrees. And we also have 19 international courses. This means in English, total English, absolutely total English. And we also have double degrees and joint degrees. So you can do some of our degree courses at the BTU and in cooperation with other universities all over the world. And a very important figure also that we have about 2,000 hours of sunshine per year. This is very important, although we are in the north of Germany. Maybe still some arguments why to study at BTU. I have already mentioned the 24% international students, and we are also very keen on helping our international students to get integrated here in the studies. And we also welcome they hardly, we have a welcome and registration point when they arrive, and we have also orientation weeks for them and a buddy program. In order that you have a small impression how the campus is, we have 3 campuses. This is the main campus, or one part of the main campus. This big building is our Information, Communication and Media Center. This is what I see from my window here. So in order that you also know where I'm sitting in this building on the other side. So about this on the 4th floor, there is the international office. So from there I'm speaking to you. Our main focus areas we are a technical university, as our name already says. Those are our main focus areas. So we have 6 faculties, and we are a university, but we have also applied study programs. So we are a new founded university, and we were merged from a university and the University of Applied Sciences. You already heard in the presentation before that there are in Germany 2 possibilities to study, so at a university or a University of Applied Science, and we have both at our university. I will come later to this point. In order to see our study programs, I have it here a list, but I would like to rather show you our website. This you should see as well. This is our website, www.b-tu.de, and you have on the right side you can change to the English version, and I hope you see this. Yes. And here you have on the study all our study programs. So you can have a look at our study programs. So in the area built environment, business sciences, cultural sciences, engineering sciences, environment sciences, health, social, and music pedagogy we also have, and mathematics, natural, and computer sciences. Here we have always the indication of if it's a bachelor or a master, and those icons show if it's a research-oriented, so a university study course, or here you have the icon that this is English speaking, so an international study course. Or here you have business administration. We also have as research-oriented and also applied-oriented. So we have, for example, business administration. You can also study it as a research-oriented study course or an applied study course. So I guess there will be questions to the study courses. Therefore, I won't go in detail. But maybe only those that, as I mentioned, we have some study courses which are totally taught in English. So, for example, power engineering here, or also we have urban design. We have heritage studies. We have World Heritage Studies as a master. We have also Heritage Conservation and Site Management as an English taught study course. Then Environment and Resource Management. This you can also study from bachelor to PhD. And we have also a master study course called Hydro-Informatics and Water Management, which is also a joint degree with other European universities. Then we have also biotechnology in the master, which is English speaking, English taught, and dependable systems, which is a PhD study course here. I have some examples. I was thinking to present maybe power engineering, which is very liked by our international students. This is an English taught study course, a master. It is full-time, of course. And here you can also have already some modules and how the credit points are counted. And this is a program with the objective to develop the concept of a safe, affordable, and environmentally friendly energy generation as one of most urgent global challenges of the 21st century. And it has also a lot of good career opportunities, like in the academic and industrial research and development, or power generation, transmission, distribution, and application. Also in the design, manufacturing, and sales of technical products. You can work as engineers or managers in the power industry and supply utilities field. And power engineering, for example, is also can be studied as a double degree. So you can see here all the universities which we are cooperating in the field of power engineering. And then you have a double degree, so you have a degree from the BTU and of the other university. Also another example, cybersecurity, which is a new master we have, and also very, very interesting with the program objective to equip graduates with the skills needed to design, implement, and manage cybersecurity concepts. and you can have a very good career opportunities in the information technology industry, of course, but also in state organizations and administrations, military large companies, or small and medium-sized enterprises, data centers, and news services, and also in the cybersecurity research, of course. A part of our bachelor and master degrees, those were only examples. So you saw we have about 70 degree programs altogether. But we have also PhD programs. In Germany, you can do your PhD either by looking for a field of research and defining a field of research with together with the professor, or you can do your PhD in a structured program. And from out of these structured programs, we have 3 in the field of dependable systems, so mathematics and informatics. Then we have heritage studies, and we have environment and resource management, from which we have also the bachelor in English. So those 3 are all English taught PhD study courses, structured study courses. I talked a lot about the English taught study courses, but we also have, of course, or mostly German taught study courses. And for those who already have knowledge in German, but maybe not sufficient for a bachelor degree course or a master degree course taught in German, we have also an offer, a very good offer, which is called Bridge to Studies. And this is a full academic year German language intensive course. You have course accompanying tutorials to improve your conversation skills, and also you have already subject-specific preparatory classes, and also intercultural activities, field trips, and excursions. There also you have a German language requirement already at a B1 level, and you should come then to a B2 and then to a C1 level in order to start your study course in German 1 year later. And for this Bridge to Studies, you have the same entrance qualification requirements as for a normal bachelor or normal master's. So the admission requirements altogether for the university is you have to have a German higher education entrance qualification or an equivalent. This means for Brazil that you have to have, for a bachelor, at least 1 year studied at a university in Brazil. And for the masters, you have to have a bachelor's equivalent. And this depends, of course, of the master's degree and on the field what you are choosing, what requirements in the bachelor's you have to present. Of course, you also have to present a proof of language proficiency, and this means for the English taught study courses you have to present your TOEFL, and for the German you have to present the DSH. I can also show you this on our website, because there are always a lot of questions. Is it equivalent my proficiency exam? So under study and then applications and admissions, you go to the dependent what you would like to study, so a research oriented or applied study course that you see from the icons before I showed you here. So then you say, okay, it's a research-oriented study program, and it is a bachelor, and I have a foreign higher education entrance qualification, and I am a foreign citizen. So here are all the requirements I need to fulfill. For example, for English study program, the TOEFL, with a score at least 79 points or equivalent. Here are all the equivalents you can look for. And for German language study programs, you need to prove taking level 2 of the German language university entrance exam for foreign students, so this DSH or an equivalent. Here are also all the equivalents. And as I told you, the bridge to studies, so this preparatory language preparation year, you need a B1 certificate. So sorry, I can't see the icon. So here, apply in 3 steps, as I showed you on the website. So first, you have to choose the study program. You have to be sure what you would like to study. Then you prepare your documents needed, and then the application is via UniAssist, the platform UniAssist, which you may know. There are always the question. How much do I need for a living in Cottbus? In Cottbus, we don't have student fees. There are low costs of living in Cottbus, and we have a semester ticket for traveling to Berlin and Dresden, which are very nearby. And I try to summarize here some costs. You can have a look at it. Altogether, depending on your how to live, of course, or your standard of living, you should be able to live out of 500 to 700 euros per month in Cottbus. We have dorms or shared apartments as an offer, and that's why I wrote here dormitory rent about 165 to 362, depending what you would like to have, so a dormitory or an apartment. And we have a large variety for sports, so some impressions about our sport variety. And this is our campus. As I mentioned before, we are we are situated in the north of Germany, in Brandenburg. And Berlin is very nearby, and Dresden as well is very nearby. So 2 big cities which are very nearby, and the semester ticket which you buy once in a semester, with this you can travel in the whole Brandenburg and also to Berlin and also to Dresden. Some impressions about the city. I only have 1 more minute, so I just show you some nice photos about the cultural highlights here. It's a small city, about 100,000 inhabitants. It's a historic center. And this is again our information communication center. This is also our library, a very nice building. And the campus is very green, as you can see around. And that's it. My contact, you can always write to me, ask questions, and of course, I am also very open now for your questions, and thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Veronica, for your time and your nice presentation. We have many questions for you.
Okay.
So let's start. Some of the topics you've already mentioned, but maybe the participants would like to have some more details on some of the topics. Mm-hmm. One of the questions is there a specific deadline to apply for a PhD position?
No, PhD position, we have no specific date, so you can apply all through the year.
Okay, thank you. Another person is interested in master courses in hydrography area. As I can remember, you've mentioned water management courses. Can you give some more information on that?
Yeah, of course. Can you still see my desktop? Yeah, right? No?
Second, yes. I do.
Okay, so I will go to the study programs again, and we can have a look at, you mean this one, right? Eurohydroinformatics and Water Management. So this is a master. This is English taught. And it is, as I mentioned, a joint degree, so with the University of Nice, then in France, then the Hungarian University, then in Spain, then the UK, and in Germany. So it is English taught altogether, and it is constructed that you can always look, or you can always decide in which university you would like to spend the next semester. Only the second semester you have to spend it in Newcastle. So that is the the course definition. So you can choose your university, and you can also choose only one university throughout all the semesters, or you go to every university, that you can do also. But the second semester you have to spend in Newcastle. Here you have some more information, so about the applications and admissions, and also you have the contact person who can help you with more details on the course, if you are interested in. Here also study location at the BTU, it's our central campus, but as it is, as I indicated before, so you can choose the other universities.
Okay, thank you, Veronica. I can no longer see you. I don't know if you turned off your webcam or...
You can't see me? Okay, yes, sorry. Here again. Oh, but you could hear me. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So next question, it's a more specific case. The participant is telling us he studies electrical engineering here in Brazil, and he would like to start the same course in Germany.
Okay.
He would like to know if he would be able to transfer some of his credits and use them so that they are recognized in Germany at the university.
Yes. So normally for the bachelor, you need to have studied at least one semester at the university in order to being able to apply and formally accepted for the bachelor. And for the master, it depends what bachelor you did before. So this is this I can't tell you at the right moment. We have to see in detail when you present your documentations.
Nice, thank you. Next question. In order to apply to a PhD position, do I have to get in contact with professors directly and send them my research proposal before?
The answer is yes. You have to decide first if you would like to do your PhD in this structured program, which I really recommend. I did myself a PhD, and I think it is much more nicer to do a PhD in a structured program, but also are other persons doing not the same field research, but in a similar, and you can also speak to them, and you have also modules that you have to do. So in this case, I mentioned the 3 already, so you can also have a look at, I just try to filter it. So those are our 3 PhD studies, and if you decide to do it in dependable systems, you can have here the information again, and here's the program director, and you can get in touch with him with your study or research proposal, and you will nicely have an answer. And so that's, I think, the best way to start, with the contact to the professor.
Thank you. We have here someone interested in the Master Environment and Resource Management area, and he's asking what is the English level required to pursue this master course?
So it is always for the English taught all together, not only environment and resource management. It's always TOEFL with 79 points.
Okay, thank you.
There are some exceptions, but those you can always see if you go into this study course. But normally, environment and resource management is 79 points of TOEFL or equivalent.
Thank you again. Now we have a question regarding scholarships. Do you offer any scholarships for Brazilian students?
We generally do not have scholarships for new students. So what we have are some offers when you are already here as a student. So there are some scholarship opportunities. I can also send you or show you on our website International. If you go on International and then you go here incoming students and say arrival and start studying, then you have sorry, of course you are already during studies. And then here you have appoint scholarships. Those are some of our scholarships we offer, but only to students who are already, or only to persons who are already students of our university. But what is really very popular that our students get like students jobs at our university. I would say everybody who would like to or is looking for a student job will find one at our university. So that is like a maximum of 20 hours a week what you can work. Normally one works for 4 hours or 8 hours a week and get it's a job, so you get money for it. So that is a very good possibility to do at our university.
Okay, thank you. I think we have time for one question more. It's going to be our last question. Does the university offer German courses?
German courses we offer in 2 ways. So there are German courses for those who came to our university to study an English taught course, degree course. So for example, environmental and resource management, what we have. So for applying to the English taught course, you don't need German knowledge, but you have the opportunity during your studies to visit a German course here at the university. That is one possibility. The other possibility is for those who apply for a German study course and do not have the level, but only have B1, they can do the bridge to study year, what I mentioned earlier before. So it's like a 1-year preparation year, only German lessons and some intercultural courses and some preparatory courses for the degree you want to study later on.
Great. Thank you very much, Veronica, for your time.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, we didn't have time to answer all questions, but everyone feel free to reach out to Veronica and to the AD here in Brazil as well, so that we can clarify possible other questions you might have. I'm going to say goodbye to Veronica.
Thank you very much to you, and hopefully see you soon at the BTU in Cottbus. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. And now I'm pleased to welcome our next participants of this webinar. We are going to have here TU Dortmund, die Technische Universität Dortmund. the next presenter is going to be Anna Komotromos and Riga Kökede. Hope to see them soon on our screen. Hello. And once
Hello,
again,
do you hear me?
yes, I can hear you very well. Welcome.
Okay.
We have two representatives of the Technische Universität Dortmund, and as after the other presentations, you're going to be able to ask questions. And Anna, feel free to start your presentation. Hope you can all enjoy.
Can you please switch it to me, because I will start with the presentation.
Sure.
Thanks. Siehst du mich? Nee. Do you see me? Hello?
I can see Anna.
Actually, Bildschirm übertragen. You see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Das war's. Give just a second. We have to fix the techniques.
Maybe you could start using Anna's computer.
It should now work. Do you see me now?
Not yet.
You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so then I will start today. My name is Frigga Göckede. I'm the coordinator of international study programs at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering here at TU Dortmund University. And together with my colleague Anna Komotromos, who is a scientific employee at the IUL, we will present to you TU Dortmund and in particular the Mechanical Engineering Master's Program. So first, the agenda. I will start with the region where we are located and the city of Dortmund, followed by the TU Dortmund University, and in the end, my colleague will present to you a master's program. So first of all, the rural area.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm afraid your presentation is not on the screen. I can see a screen, we can all see, but there's just a message about Aufzeichnungen. But do you have a presentation?
Yeah. So
maybe is Anna's computer set as the presenter computer?
No, actually, do you see it now?
I have a blue. We can see a blue screen only with this message. With a
We're
message.
not even sure if we see Anna's screen or Frigga's screen. We're not sure about this.
Whose screen is the one with the blue background?
Hast du bei dir die auf dem Dings? Egal, dann kannst du weiterklicken. You're just seeing a blue screen?
Yes.
Yeah, this should be Anna's screen.
Maybe Anna can show the presentation on her screen. Maybe you can just switch to Anna's computer, both of you, and sit in front of it, and then show the presentation on Anna's screen, because apparently we have a problem with Frigga's screen, so we can just do everything. I don't know if you're sitting in the same room, maybe
Yes.
Frigga can switch over to Anna. We can do it all from
now.
Yes.
Yes?
No, we
I would like to add something. You are the moderator.
Pardon?
Mrs. Gödeke, you are the moderator. So the platform is ready.
Ja, da muss ich.
We ask our audience for a little bit of patience while they fix the issue.
Now it should work.
Okay, so now can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can. We
Okay,
can see
great.
both in the presentation.
Okay.
Okay, great. So, click forward, please. Maybe I go here. Okay, first I will start with the rural area and rush a bit. So it's located in the North Rhine-Westphalia, which you can see on the map here, and it's one of the most densely populated locations in Germany with its 6 million inhabitants from over 150 nations. In former time, it has a long tradition in the steel and coal industry. Nowadays, these mills have been transformed to cultural spots, and the area has really transformed to a cultural hotspot, which was symbolized by the European Capital of Culture in 2010. But although the structure in the rural area has changed, there are still world-famous companies still here, as for instance ThyssenKrupp, and this already symbolizes the importance and also some job opportunities. But besides the industry, it really has transformed into a technological and educational center. So we have the Technologie Park close to the university with more than 10,000 jobs. And it's close to the university, which already shows how close they're working together. And we have a really strong university network here in the rural area, which is called University Alliance. You can see it here on the map. So we have 3 big universities here in Bochum and in Duisburg-Essen and as well as in Dortmund. And we are collaborating in terms of research, teaching and administration. And students can really enjoy the student offer of all universities by just to be enrolled in one university. And we have also a strong network abroad due to this alliance, but about this I will talk later. Some people might think about the rural area as an industrial area, though it's really a green metropolis. And it captivates by its numerous parks and nearby lakes, so it's really nice for recreation. And Germany in general is a really safe and relatively cheap location to study. About the cost, I will tell you a bit more later, but especially Dortmund is in comparison to other student cities quite cheap in terms of housing or restaurants or something. Next, I would like to present you Dortmund. Just a second. So Dortmund is home to 600,000 people and is quite multicultural. And by the way, it's the 7th largest city in Germany. And it's famous for its Christmas markets. As you can see here on the map, there's this huge Christmas tree, and this is the biggest tree in the world. It's nearly 45 meters, and everybody's talking about it. And there's another important thing about Dortmund. It's soccer. We are crazy about it. And the home club Borussia Dortmund is playing at the Signal Iduna Park. You might know it because Brazil won there in 2006 against Ghana. And this is really a big thing here in Dortmund. And furthermore, Dortmund is located quite conveniently within Europe. It's just a 50-minute drive to Düsseldorf and to get to the airport, and Brussels, Amsterdam, Paris, or Berlin can be reached by direct train connections. Next, I will tell you something about living and also the living costs. So a lot of students ask me, what does it cost? So currently there are no tuition fees, but there's a semester fee, which is 250 to 300 euros per semester. But the good thing about this is the public transport ticket is already included for whole North Rhine-Westphalia. Means traveling to Cologne won't cost you anything extra. This is really nice and often used by the students. What else? Accommodation is always a topic. So you have to calculate 200 to 400 euros a month for staying here. There are some student dorms close to the campus, but what is more common here in Germany is that students share a flat and also the rent. Yeah, what else? So eating is always a topic as well. We have here on the campus several cheap eating facilities in the student canteens, and you may get there a course for €1.50 up to €4. So this is really cheap. And what else is important to you? Maybe working. So also in Germany, students work beside their studies often, but it's a bit different than in Brazil. So the lectures take place during the daytime, and therefore students work during or between the lectures, in the weekends, or in the evenings. Usual student jobs might be student assistant at one of the institutes here at the university, or even the close companies searching for student assistants. So this is also good for later theses and so on. In total, you should calculate about 700 to 800 euros to finance your studies here in Dortmund. Next, I would like to talk to you about the TU Dortmund itself. So, when considering that the TU Dortmund was founded in 1968, it's really a rather young university. But it's among the top 5 universities under 50 years in Germany, so which already shows how the quality. What else? So the university stretches over 2 campuses, which is connected by a monorail, and it's fully automatic, and we call it here H-Bahn. And in total, we have 300 professors here who are teaching and researching, and more than 6,000 people are working here at the university, and almost 35 students are enrolled. From those 35,000, 11% are international students, so meaning full-time students. And the faculties at the TU Dortmund University, just give me a second. So we have 16 faculties, from mathematics to computer science to cultural studies and also mechanical engineering. And we are offering 80 degree programs. I will talk about the degree programs a bit later, but first I would like to present to you the international networks. So we have more than 110 worldwide corporations and further European corporations for exchange. And we also have 5 corporations with Brazil, for instance, Universidade de Brasilia or Universidade Federal de Bahia. Each year there are 400 students outgoing and 300 incoming students coming to TU Dortmund to study here. And earlier I've talked about the University Alliance and the strong network abroad. So due to the University Alliance, we have offices in New York, Moscow, and Sao Paulo. It means that they are on-site, intensifying our research contacts, supporting us with exchanges, degree programs, and informing about our activities, which is really a good opportunity to inform about the universities I've presented earlier. And now, as promised, I will talk about the international courses. So here at TU Dortmund University, we have 4 fully English programs. All those programs are master's programs. And so we have Automation and Robotics, which is a joint program from diverse faculties like computer science, mathematics, mechanical engineering. Then we have the Special Planning for Regions Growing Economics, which is about urbanization in developing countries and lasts for 2 years. Then we have Process Systems Engineering, a 3-semester program from the Faculty of Biological and Chemical Engineering. And lastly, the Master of Science in Manufacturing Technology, which my colleague Anna will present to you.
All right. So thank you, Frigga, and I hope everyone can hear me. At first, I would like to give you some general information about the Master of Science in Manufacturing Technology. This study program holds about 120 credit points, and the duration is 4 semesters. The studies can be started every winter semester, so the enrollment is only possible for the winter, not for the summer. Currently, approximately 85 students are enrolled in this program of studies, and it is, of course, accredited, and the accreditation is done by the ASIN organization, which is specialized on engineering sciences. The language of instruction in the MMT is completely in English, so for the lectures and The exercises, only English is used, and the application period lasts from 1st February until 15th of March every year. Okay. And one of the outstanding characteristics of the MMT is the diversity of the nationalities of the enrolled students. It's, of course, we have already students from Brazil or Mexico, but also from African countries like Egypt or Nigeria, and furthermore from Russia, Spain, India, Pakistan, and also China and Japan. The number of applications for our program of studies has risen constantly from 2011 to 2017, up to 1,000 applicants. So this is a good sign, I think, for the successful development of this study program, and it is really appreciated all over the world. So concerning the program structure of the Master of Science in Manufacturing Technology, as mentioned before, you have to reach the 120 credit points over 4 semesters, and in the first year the focus is on the in-depth theoretical contents that are taught through lectures and exercises, and there are 3 compulsory modules containing machining technology, materials technology, and forming technology. And also there are 3 elective modules from which you can choose, for example, automation and robotics, simulation methods in solid mechanics and metal forming, or even measurement engineering. So the second year is characterized by a more application-oriented research work. This is done through the laboratory work on the one hand, and also through a project work. And the interdisciplinary qualification has to be something outside the engineering focus. For example, you can do an German course, or a course for business English, and various other courses. So the last semester, the 4th semester, is reserved for the master's thesis, where you can choose a topic from the research topics from our various institutes at TU Dortmund University. All right, so when you decided to apply for the MMT study program, you should, of course, fulfill some requirements. Firstly, your bachelor's degree has to be in the fields of mechanical engineering or industrial engineering, or something equivalent. And of course, you should have fulfilled some courses like mathematics, mechanics, and so on. And the other important thing is that you can prove your ranking among the top 10 students of your graduating class. This has to be signed, of course, from your university. And the third important requirement is the English certificate. You always have to prove your English skills, so we can make sure you will absorb the study program successfully. Finally, the GRE test is not required, but it is strongly recommended. So you have to cover the 3 fields in the GRE, the quantitative and the verbal reasoning, and of course also the analytical writing. Furthermore, you should of course send us your transcript of records, your CV, and a motivational letter through your application. So if you have any further questions, you can always send us an email. Also, you can visit our website, and So if you send us an email, our team, Professor Tekaya, the initiator and senior coordinator of the MMT program, our colleague, Mr. Ortelt, and of course, Mrs. Göckede and me will answer as soon as possible. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in Dortmund. And for questions, please feel free to ask us now or send us an email, as I said. Okay. So.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Riga, for the presentation about the Technische Universität Dortmund. We're going to have some questions now. First one, does the TU Dortmund offer scholarships for Brazilians?
Sorry, colleges before...
the question was about the scholarships.
Scholarships, yeah. Colleges. Yes, there are, of course, scholarships. We have a specific MMT scholarship where each applicant can apply during the application process. And besides, we have the Deutschland Stipendium where all students can apply as well, and it's around about 300 euros a month.
Okay, thank you. There's a question that's being repeated all day long, so maybe we should just mention again. People are asking if the presentations are going to be available afterwards. All webinars are being recorded and are going to be online on our website, dag.org.br. I'm sorry, I just mixed German and English.
No.
So let's move to the next question for Anna and Figa. As you've mentioned, the university cooperates with universities around the world in many different ways. Are there any partnerships with Brazilian higher education institutions as well?
Yes, at the moment we have 5 cooperation in terms of this University Alliance RUR. So as I've said, it's a university in Brasilia and in Bahia and Universidade Federal do Rio Grande do Sul. Sorry for my bad pronunciation, but I'm not into Portuguese. Universidade Estadual Paulista and Estudade Federal do ABC. That are the cooperations we are currently having. But as I've said, we have an office in Sao Paulo, and that means that we are always extending our research contacts over there. So this is not everything what we are doing.
Okay, thank you. Next question is also related to cooperation with a Brazilian university. The participant tells us that my 2 nephews are current students at UFBA, it's the Federal University of Bahia. Should they look internally at their university for opportunities in Dortmund, or should they look directly in TU Dortmund and reach out to the university in Germany? What's the best?
So there is a cooperation with TU Dortmund from Bahia, which is initiated by our partner faculty, the Faculty of Biological and Chemical Engineering. So both is possible. Either you're contacting your university, or you can also contact us, and then we can see what we can do here. So both is possible.
Okay, thank you. A question which is also interesting for our audience in general. People are always worried about the German skills and if it's possible to attend a German course while doing the studies at TU Dortmund.
Yeah, we have a specific language course which starts with the A1 level in the first semester. As Anna already introduced, there are these interdisciplinary courses, and you can get this courses credited as part of your studies. But if you're already having some knowledge in German, you can also have other German language courses at our language center, and this can be also credited as an interdisciplinary course. So we have different levels and one specific course only for MMT students. But for the program, you don't need English. For the German-speaking programs, of course, you have to show your German language knowledge. by the DSF.
Yes, of course. Also, just for clarification, if you apply for the MMT program, you have to prove your English skills, but you don't have to prove your German skills. But you can learn, of course, German at the university.
Thank you very much for the information. We have people interested in the structure offered by the university for students doing research. What is the structure that is offered for the students in general? What do they have access to while studying at the Dortmund?
So the students are interested in what they can do in maybe running research projects. Did I understand it right?
Yes, and more specifically about the structure. Labs they can have access to and the structure of the university itself.
Yes. For example, in concerning the master's degree program in manufacturing technology, we have various institutes that are involved in this program, and they all have big experimental halls and laboratories. So the students will be, of course, involved in the work in these labs or experimental halls, for example, through the project work they will do, or of course through the master's thesis, and also beforehand through some exercises and the laboratory work that is compulsory in the MMT program. And so there's much, of course, much application-oriented work, not only the theoretical content that is also important, but let's say serves as a basis for the research work the students will do also.
Okay, thank you, Anna. I think we have time for one or two more questions, depending on how long we need to answer them. Next topic would be, is it often that a student coming from Brazil going to TU Dortmund that they find a job opportunity at the university itself?
What was the second part? What do they find here at the university?
A job opportunity.
Job opportunities. For instance, I know currently a student from Brazil who's studying the MNT program, and he worked as a student assistant during his studies here at TU Dortmund University, and afterwards I think he applied for a PhD position, but I think he went again abroad, so he's really enjoying his full abroad experience, but there's definitely opportunities here. As I've said, there's a technology park, and also the university has offers.
So I would like to add that here your English skills are, I think, quite essential for finding a good job. So German you can learn also here, but before coming to TU Dortmund University, your English skills should be appropriate.
Okay, and last question for you. We have a participant telling about her son who will do the Studienkolleg next year, so the preparation to enroll at a German university. She asked, if he does it in any other state different from North Westphalia, will he be able to apply to TU Dortmund when he finishes the Studienkolleg?
I think it's the same, but I would clarify this with our admissions office in detail, so it would be nice if we can have forwarded this email so to answer it correctly and properly as well.
No problem. So as she just mentioned, you can all reach out to TU Dortmund and to us as well to clarify the questions we were not able to answer today. Anna and Frigga, we thank you very much for your time and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And now we're going to start the last presentation of this webinar, of this our first day of webinars. I would like to welcome Gian Pietro Zolinas. He is from the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Gian Pietro, are you already with us?
Yes, hello. I'm ready. Hi. So
Nice
can you hear me, everyone?
you.
Yeah. Hello. Sorry.
I just said nice to meet you and have a good presentation.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, let's start with the presentation of the KIT. So just one second, because I have to clarify a little bit here. Okay, doesn't work like this. Okay. Yes. So once again, a very warm welcome from KIT, from the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology in Karlsruhe. We are introducing today our two programs, actually, our Bachelor of Engineering of the Karl Benz School, and also the Executive Master programs which we have here in Karlsruhe for the Hector School. So engineering, you can say it's from the KIT, one of the best technical universities worldwide. We will see that also in the slide a little bit later, and you will get a deep insight in our programs, which we offer completely in English. So just one second, I have some problems with my slide. So yes, as you can see, I hope that, just so 1 second. Can you see can you see me? Yes, I think so, right? Okay, perfect. So
Yes,
perfect, sorry. So actually the KIT has yes, it's a government investment, research and development. It's the 5th largest economy in the world. We have an immigrant employment rate in Germany of 69%, which is a really high figure in this path. And of course we have in Germany the 4th exports in the world. And of course, the best engineers come from Germany. This is also not our words, but the words of one of the biggest papers in the world. So a few facts about the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. So as I mentioned before, the KIT is one of the ranked universities worldwide under the top 100, and it was merged together in 2009 between the University of Karlsruhe and the research institutes. We have 3 big milestones at the KIT. The first of them is the information technology. So we are talking about digitalization, industry 4.0. We are talking about Internet of Things, big data, cloud engineering. This everything includes the information technology here at the KIT going on. The second big milestone is, of course, energy. There are a lot of discussions going on, and Germany is one of those who are introducing renewables energies by its government in the future. So it's a big milestone, not only conservative, so old style energy, but also renewables, talking about wind, talking about wind power especially. And this is what is also one of the milestones here at the KIT. And last but not least, the third and big one is mobility. Of course, you know the discussions going on worldwide about e-mobility, about autonomous driving, about advanced driver assistance systems. This is all included in mobility here. So we have big research institutes working on this subject, actually. A few facts about the KIT. So we have, and I think this is one of the unique universities of the world which have more than 9,000 employees working at the KIT. More than 6,000 are only working on research institute. This is because university, again, in 2009, the University of Karlsruhe melted together with the research institutes which were standing alone before. So they melted together and created actually the KIT, and those are only working for the research at the KIT. So we have, of course, a very high annual budget from the state university, as a state university from the German state. We have, I would say today, at least almost 26,000 students, maybe a little bit more if you count also the international ones here. So if you count that Karlsruhe has only 300,000 inhabitants, so 1/10 of those are students here, and you see that when you are going out here in the city. We have more than 350 professors working at KIT. And of course, and this is also what I was mentioning before, we have more than 125 in institutes, research institutes, which are really working on topics and on different subjects for all companies, or almost all German technology companies, but also European ones. So actually, the foremost engineers of Karlsruhe, which also were former students, alumni from the KIT, are Heinrich Hertz, who was an inventor of electromagnetic waves. Here we have Carl Benz, of course, who studied at our university and then created the car afterwards. So one of the inventors of the cars was an alumni at the KIT. Emil Skoda, but also Karl Steinbuch, which is one of the co-founders for the information technology. It is supposed that he was sending the first email in Germany from the KIT. And of course, the current one, I think the most famous one currently is Mr. Dieter Zetsche, which is the current CEO and chairman of the board of Daimler Chrysler, of Mercedes-Benz. Sorry, this was a mistake. Of Daimler AG of the Mercedes-Benz here, also alumni from the KIT, and Mercedes-Benz is one of the biggest partners, of course, of KIT. So, as I was mentioning before, here we have a few figures about the Institute of Technology in Karlsruhe. So we are ranked as the top 100 universities, but I think the most important thing for you is also the employability ranking, which we have here. So we stand for #1 in Germany, #20 worldwide, which is a very high rate. This means that the companies have always a special eye on KIT, on graduates from the KIT, so that the graduates from the KIT are very ambitious, and the companies, especially technology companies, of course, are looking for engineers coming out from KIT. And talking about that, I can tell you that usually the students or the graduates from the KIT, they already have a job during the end of their studies, so there is no gap usually between the end of the studies and the beginning and the start of a full-time job. So I think this is for you guys very important as soon as you, since you are trying to get studies here in Germany, especially as an engineer. Yes, Karlsruhe is at the southwest of Germany. You may not really know Karlsruhe, which is not really maybe famous in the world, but I think Stuttgart is very famous. Stuttgart is very close by. It's 40 kilometers from here, on the west side of Karlsruhe, where of course we have the headquarters of Porsche and also of Daimler. So of course they have also their research institutes at Karlsruhe. We have Bosch. Bosch, you may know, is one of the biggest suppliers, not only in the automotive sector, but also in the technology sector, and one of the biggest companies in Germany for that special subject. Then we have Siemens, which is very, very close, also a world player, world leader in different sectors. Also, for example, in energy, wind power, for example, talking about that, Siemens is one of the leaders. We have BASF, the world's biggest chemical company, which is located in close to Mannheim, Ludwigshafen, which is 40 minutes from here. We have John Deere, but we have also the Daimler biggest truck plant in the world, which is in Wörth, which is really, a few kilometers, 18 kilometers to be exact, from Karlsruhe. So southwest of Germany again, which is, I would say, also for you, Brazil, maybe also important, one of the most warm, or maybe the warmest region in Germany. So you could have very hot summers and very mild winters. So don't be afraid about the weather here in Germany. So what I would like to introduce you today is two schools. The first of all, the Karl Benz School of Engineering and the Hector School of Engineering. Those are the international schools of the KIT. Those two schools which I was mentioning are under the roof of the international department of the KIT. We have our own campus, but everything belongs, of course, from the KIT. And the KIT also is the academic owner of everything which is going on here, international department. So the first school I would like to introduce is the Karlsruhe School of Engineering, which is the talent pool for international mechanical engineers. So it's the Bachelor of Science program, and it's a perfect match, I would say, in state-of-the-art teaching and individual mentoring program with a close approach into industry. We have here at the Karlsruhe School of Engineering mechanical engineering, again, the Bachelor of Science, but we have a few differences compared, I call it always, to the German side. So we have our own campus, we have small classes here, of course, and this on the German side, we also have mechanical engineering, but it's always taught completely in German. International students rate is very, very high, of course, it's 90%. We are, of course, we have also Brazilians, also many alumni from Brazil, and we are recruiting actually for this programs also worldwide. A few, and I think the most USPs which we have here for the Karlsruhe School is we have English taught program. Everything is taught in English. It's a talent bench for global engineers, actually, with a high percentage of international students, as I was mentioning before. So we have a smart factory industry, which is an industry-oriented internship program and training program. This is only for those who are studying at Karlsruhe School, not for those who are maybe studying on the German side. So this is especially a program which is designed for those who are actually here at the Karlsruhe School of Engineering. So we have an interdisciplinary and technical comprehension of that. So technical comprehension, of course, for the state-of-the-art technology, which is taught here, but also the interdisciplinary part, which is taught also in soft skills. So you will be guided also to be integrated completely in a German life, in a German environment. This is why we have here our so-called student counselors, which will help you in any issue, not only technical, not only studying stuff, but also regarding life issues which you have daily. So individualized mentoring career guidance, this is actually what I was mentioning before. So for any help, we have here people staying at our admission offices, which are telling you and which are having regular discussions with you about all the stuff here. Of course, supplemental courses like intercultural training, like language and culture courses. We also offer German courses, of course. I always recommend to do German courses because I would say that everyone can speak in English in a German company, but the language in between the colleagues in German companies is still German. So I think this will help you a lot once you came here to Germany, if you can speak German after a few years. And if you are regularly attending classes, I can tell you and I can assure you that you will have a very good German level after 3 years, and you will be able to introduce yourself into German job life. So as you can see below, we have a core curriculum, of course, which is 6 semesters. So we have 3 years bachelor program. The first 2 years are mandatory courses, and the third year can be chosen in different majors. So we have a major of energy, we have a major of automotive, and we have a major of global production management, which is very new with a smart factory. So maybe just one thing I didn't mention. Of course, you have also into the smart factory industry the possibility to get into industry directly. We have 3 big partners, Bosch, Zeiss, and Mercedes-Benz, of course, where you can have, let's say, a first step into the company, and also the possibility to do the bachelor thesis inside. So doing this means in Germany to have more than one step into a company, because they are recruiting actually from the KIT the best engineers just from a younger generation, and be part in the or having the chance to do the bachelor thesis within a company means a lot here. So this is the chance you get also if you are studying Bachelor of Science at the mechanical here at the Karlsruhe School. So the other program I would like to introduce you is the Hector School. It's a technology business school of the KIT. Actually, this means once you did your bachelor graduation, your bachelor degree, and you are a bachelor, an engineer, and maybe you are working, you decide to work, which is very common here in Germany. Many decides to work first before doing a master. So after completing a bachelor, having a few years of experience, of work experience, of professional experience, then we offer here executive master programs on a part-time basis. And this is what we combine here at the Hector School. We combine edge technology know-how with management topics. So we have management topics on one side and a specialization of technology on the other hand. And you can do that while you're working. This is very common again here in Germany. So you can study and work at the same time. So you don't have to quit your job. So you can continue to earn money and also come and do a master on the KIT at the Hector School. We have, of course, the target group are the high potential industry. We have a very high international rate for this. Currently in the next intake, which is starting actually tomorrow, after tomorrow on Friday. So we have a very high rate of more or less 40% international students, which is very high, coming from all over the world, having already a work experience, and then trying to the master and to pursue the master program here at the KIT. So we have 6 different programs at the Hector School. The first of them is Production Operations Management, which has on focus, which is the blue icon, by the way, you can see on the slide, which has on focus the global production management, supply chain management, and also logistics. One particularity on this program is that we on the 10 modules we have 5 modules of engineering and 5 modules of management. By the way, this division of 5 engineering modules and 5 management modules is part of each program which we are offering here in the Hector School. So one of those engineering modules, it's Production Operations Management, is done in China. So you have the possibility to go 2 weeks in China and have a big insight into the Chinese business with also excursion in companies there, German companies who are located in China. So brand new is a second one on the list, is Mobility System Engineering and Management. It's actually the red icon below with a car on it, so which has focus on e-mobility, on advanced driver systems. So this is the first time the program where students can choose 2 of 5 engineering modules. One again is directed to e-mobility, the other one is directed to advanced driver systems. The orange icon is the management of product development. We are talking about product development on a technical side. So here you can learn the tools. How can I learn? How can I guide or implement a product development within a company, and also its life cycles? The green one, of course, is energy engineering and management. Energy means renewables. We're talking of wind, of power, of water, and so on. But we're also talking that comparison with the old and the conservative kind of energy. We're talking about energy storage, for example, and this is all part of this program. Very popular is service management engineering, which is the pink one on the left, which is definitely focused on IT. So we're talking about digitalization, as I mentioned before, digitalization industry 4.0 and digitalization industry of things. We are talking about big data. We are talking about cloud engineering, which is also coming up more and more. Of course, we're talking about big data, how to collect them, how to use them, and the safety and security beside that, and the pricing also of the services. So this all very, very updated, very state-of-the-art topics, subjects are taught here at Service Management Engineering. The last part is financial engineering. It might be a little bit different than the other ones because it's not really that technical, but has a main reason because in every big investment of technological companies, we also have a finance department who has to calculate risk, and this is mainly this program is mainly the part of risk management, of asset management. What kind of investments can I do? Also beside my core business, and if it's my core business, what are the risks behind a big investment in that? So as I was telling you before, every program is part-time. So you have 10 times 2-week modules. Once the module is finished after 2 weeks, you have within 2 weeks you have lessons and exams. Once one module is finished, usually the students go back to their companies and continue to work until the following module starts. And this 10 times in 15 months. After all the modules are finished, then you have the possibility to do master thesis within your company if you are working. If you are not working, you can do it, of course, with the KIT institutes. It's an English short program, of course, and it has a duration of 2 years. Within 2 years, you have all the modules and also the master thesis. Yes, we can go a little bit more insight to that then afterwards. If someone would like to have more information in detail about those two programs, of course, I always at your disposal. I think that for now we have a little introduction of what we are offering, and I'm very looking forward about your questions. Of course, on the last slide you see my name, my contacts details, and also the Karlsruhe Palace. The Karlsruhe Palace is right in front of our campus, by the way, so you cannot stay more central than us. We have also accommodation on our campus, and that means you have a perfect match between teaching here at our campus and also have your own dormitory here. So that's from my side now, and I'm really looking forward about your questions. I would give back then my voice to I think Fabiola, right?
Exactly. Thank you very much for a very nice presentation. We are receiving also many compliments, and
very good. Thank you.
Telling you that they enjoyed the presentation a lot and did a great presentation.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
We have many questions that are here jumping on my screen. I'll try to select some of those. Okay. One of them. So, do you offer scholarships for those interested in attending the Karlsruhe School of Engineering? And combined with the question, is it easy to find a well-paid student job at the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology?
So I didn't get the second part. Sorry again.
The second part, is it easy to find a well-paid student job at the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology?
Okay, the first question is about the scholarship. So actually we don't offer scholarships here, but we may have some possibilities. I was talking about the smart factory industry before. Once you have the first step there, maybe not from the beginning, but afterwards, then you may have the possibility also to get paid for the bachelor thesis, for example, and then, of course, the possibility afterwards, again, to be paid also for the studies. Talking about scholarships at the beginning, maybe the classical ones where you can apply for something, we don't have it really now here, but again, something is going on maybe during your studies. The second part, of course, it's a clearly yes. We have a lot of offers, student assistance jobs, which you can do here within the KIT, but also outside. If you look into German job portals, you can see that a lot of internships also be offered. So students usually have either student assistant job, as we were mentioning before, but also internships during the studies. This is common here in German, and I also recommend it because you can put in practice actually what you learned on the theoretical side of university. So clearly, yes, you have the possibility to work.
Nice, thank you. The next topic is the master program, the energy master program. The participant would like you, is asking if you could give some more details on the requirements to enroll for that program.
Yes, that's a good question. I didn't have the chance and the time to all make it in detail before, but it's of course a very relevant question. So first of all, you have to have a degree. Of course, you can have a bachelor, but we have also students which already have masters. We maybe had diploma, maybe of the old generation like me, you know, so not really a bachelor and masters, but also diploma like 10 years ago. So all of these students can, of course, let's say this is the first requirement, of course. The second requirement is that you have to have at least 2 years job experience after the bachelor. So we cannot count what you did during your bachelor. So once you have the graduation, afterwards, if you have 2 years job experience in a relevant field, of course, then you are actually eligible basically for our programs. Of course, we have to confirm that by looking into your documentation. If, for example, in energy, in the question which you stated, it's very important, for example, to have subjects like thermodynamics, like fluid mechanics, basic of electrical engineer. I think those who are applying for this program knows that, and this is in fact what we are looking for. But basically, bachelor's and then the work experience afterwards makes you eligible for the program.
Great, thank you. The next question is related to this, to the last one. We were talking about master in energy. We have someone interested in a PhD program in the same area. Do you offer that?
So we don't have PhD programs at the Hector School. So PhD programs are only offered on the German side, as I was telling you before. The KIT, of course, has different PhD programs, different PhD offers. What you can do, of course, is do a master here. If you are then, I would say, at least at B2 level in German afterwards. I mean, maybe this is also ambitious to learn, in addition to learn German while you are here staying in Germany. And then you have definitely the possibility also to apply for some PhD programs on the energy side, but on the German side. This means that lessons there on PhD level maybe also in German, not only in English. This is why you have to have, or you have to be German, at least a good level of German, let's say. But of course, PhD programs are offered at KIT, but not at the Hector School where we are offering the executive master programs.
Thank you. Next question is on another topic. The participant tells, I'm finishing my bachelor degree in civil engineering and also interested in wind energy studies. I would like to know what's the student profile that KIT's looking for.
So civil engineering, right?
Yes.
So civil engineering, yes. I mean, civil engineering can be very, I would say, very bright. We have actually to look into your CV, into your transcript of records. So I think the best way is, if you are interested, just send me your CV. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, and she's explaining that she's interested in wind energy studies.
In wind energy studies, which is actually part of our energy master program. So wind power is a main part of our energy engineering and management master program. But I'm talking about a little bit prior of that. So as a civil engineer, which is not really usually the basic studies for that on a master level. So we have to really check into your transcript of records if there are some subjects you have done for that, if you're eligible, and then we can tell you if you can join the course. Wind, but to respond on your side, I mean, wind is of course one of the main focus of the program. Of course, there's a lot of companies, even Siemens, I was mentioning before, has a big spot of that in Hamburg, in the north of Germany. We have a lot of students coming from Siemens Hamburg here in the wind power sector who are doing the energy master in Karlsruhe.
Okay, thank you again. I think we have time for one question more only, unfortunately.
Okay.
Would it be possible to apply still this year for a bachelor degree and start it in the summer semester next year?
Come again, the first part?
Let me go back.
Yes.
Would it be possible to apply still this year for a bachelor degree and start it in the summer semester next year?
So we only have, so actually for the Bachelor of, I think for the Bachelor of Sciences, for the Karl Benz School, you can apply starting from November this year. And the deadline is April 30th of next year. So you have, in this period, you have time to apply. Then afterwards, at the latest, at the mid of May, you will get the information if you are admitted to the program. I can maybe split it in two parts. The admission is done either directly, so if the studies are equal to our German Abitur, the German Abitur is, let's say, the highest ranked level of education, then you will have a direct admission and can start in October. if you have only an indirect admission, you will have the chance to do the pre-semester, which is a 7-week course between August and September. Afterwards, you have the exams, and if you pass these exams, you are admitted in October again for the program. So that means we have only 1 semester per year, which is always starting in October. You can, again, be admitted directly or indirectly doing the pre-semester before. Just one addition, if we say that you are admitted indirectly, that means that you have to do the pre-semester. But we think that, or we suppose that you will manage this. We are not putting through an indirect admission people or students where we're saying, okay, this doesn't make sense to do a pre-semester and then add to the exams afterwards. This is, but we have only 1 intake actually, which is starting always in October. So yes, you can apply in November. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear now. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time and your very interesting presentation. Some of them will not be answered today, but they will be forwarded to you.
Perfect.
So all participants who still have questions for Gian Pietro, please feel free and reach out to us. Of course. This is our last presentation of today. Gian Pietro, you were the last one. Thank you very much.
Okay. The last will be the first.
Sure. And I think I will just say goodbye now in Portuguese for everyone as well, since our audience is Brazilian. Muito obrigada a todos os participantes desse primeiro dia de webinários promovido pelo DAD Brasil. Nós vamos continuar amanhã com um foco um pouco mais amplo. Vamos ter as duas primeiras instituições, além do DAD, serão focadas na língua alemã, certificados da língua alemã e testes, exames de admissão, de nivelamento da língua alemã. Vamos ter mais uma vez a apresentação do DAD com a minha colega Nadine Leptis, para quem não tiver assistido hoje, com a oferta de bolsas que o DAD Brasil tem, programas de bolsas e bolsas em diferentes níveis da pós-graduação. E também teremos as 3 instituições de ensino superior alemãs. Esperamos vê-los novamente amanhã, estar com vocês e poder responder outras perguntas com essas universidades que nos aguardam no dia de amanhã. Um bom dia a todos e até breve.
Obrigado. Bye bye.
Obrigada. E até a próxima. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.